it's fun. It's costly. You women like to go to expensive places for some reason and order the most expensive food on the menu. So I've come into this. I went on this one date with this chick, right? And the chick told me when the bill came, she didn't have any money. No money. I'm like, who comes on a date with no money? Like, I could be a pure asshole right now and pay for my food and leave. What are you going to do? Wash some fucking dishes, right? That's just what you gotta do. Shit, you ain't coming with no money. Wash the dishes. But like, so I paid for the meal. Nice guy. I took the nice guy around. Paid for the meal, right? I paid for the meal. She books out $250 fucking dollars. Cash. I'm like, bitch, where the fuck was that money when I paid that check? I'm sorry. I don't mean to call women bitches, but that's bitch behavior. I'm sorry. You wouldn't agree? You wouldn't agree? Put the shoe on the other foot. To call a girl so fast. You're not gonna believe this shit. He didn't even pay for his shit. I pay for everything. But men can't do that, or we're bitches. That's bitch shit when we do it, right? Call my man John. Yo, John, this bitch. Let me tell you, steak, potato with the work, sour cream, butter, chives, everything. No money. Believe this shit? Told you, dude. Told you. Take that bitch to Red Lobster on biscuits. Should have listened to him. So since then, since I went on that date, I Dutch date now. So for those who don't know, a Dutch date is when you go on a date, you pay for what you eat, and I pay for what I eat. Is that not fair? That's fair. Yeah. Equal pay. Fuck that. Equal pay, equal eat. You pay for what you eat. So now I go on less dates. You females are something else. Like, you hear Dutch date, and it's funny explaining to a female what a Dutch date is. Because as soon as she hears you pay for your own self, well, I don't think I'm free that day. Yeah, cheap bitch. That's what that is. But, I don't know, it gets costly dating now, so. Right now, I'm single, and Mary Jane's my girlfriend. Yeah, I mean, she gets costly. What female doesn't cost? But the benefits, for that $40, that $45, you get a bitch to make you feel good with pretty hair. You just set that bitch on fire sometimes. Shit. But it works, so right now, it's a great relationship, Ben. I've been smoking for about, what am I? I'll be 28 Memorial Weekend. It's been about 4 years. I'm 4 years in. Pretty healthy relationship, let me tell you. Let me tell you, the bitch has gotten me some jobs. I've gone to some interviews, stoned like a motherfucker, and nail that shit. I go home, get that bitch a high five, and put her in the bomb. Let me tell you, shit. But I don't agree with that. I don't believe that because you test positive for marijuana, you should be disqualified from employment. Like, that's not equal employment. How does the motherfucker who drinks a Bud Light in the morning, go to work, operate a crane, go home, take a shot of vodka, go to sleep, wake up, do the same shit? How is that alright? But if I smoke a blunt, or take a bong rip, and 2 months later, I take a piss test and I'm disqualified from work. But this motherfucker's operating a crane. Like, I feel like there are jobs that stoners can do. For instance, collections. Come on. You give a high person a phone and tell them, talk this person in who's giving us money? I'd watch that shit. I'd watch, and then I try. I do that. Just call me, hey man. Hey, I know it's tough, dude. One time I owed my dealer. I understand. I bet you get a payment out of at least 5 on it, right? But a payment, like, there's jobs that stoners can't do. Stoners can't operate, don't operate heavy machinery. Who gives a stoner that job? Fuck his insurance company, right? Like, just don't do it. But there are jobs that stoners can do. I'm a fucking server in an Italian restaurant. And every day, before I go to work, I smoke me a vape pack. It's the only way you deal with shit. That's the only way you deal with the shit. I am a real estate agent by day, server by night. How else did you deal with this shit? And like being a real estate, being a leasing agent, that 50 for a month hits, my manager starts going nuts. She's stressing. She thinks for some reason if we don't hit the quota, that she's going to get fired. You're the fucking manager. You're not going anywhere. Don't get rid of me before they get rid of you. And she doesn't get it. Yeah, like she freaks out. She comes into work. She's like, "Oh my God, we got to sell every house." We don't have to sell every house. No, we don't. So like, and I started there March 1st. So by March 15th, I got everything down, packed everything that she taught me. She taught me half my fucking job. We only got as far as me booking, scheduling showings and going to showings. That's all I was taught. So that's all I fucking did. Like, you didn't teach me anything else past that. So that's all I was doing. So until, mind you, when the end of the month came, we got our 20 houses. Our quota was 20 from March. We had to at least out 20 houses. And she was like, yeah. So the last day, 31st, she got her 20th house. Real big. You got your 20 house. Whole time I'm thinking, I've been down this road before. I know how this quota shit works. And I just sat back and watched. I knew what the fuck was going to happen. She comes out of her manager meeting for April. She's all happy. Oh, we gotta get 25 houses this month. You dumbass bitch. I told you don't get the 20 houses. I told you. Like, once you get the 20 houses, you're going to think you can always get 20 houses. No, dumbass. Settle for the 18. You're too short. And then do the math. We just rented out 18 fucking houses on average between $850 and $900 a month. You not satisfied with that shit? I'm not going to sell 20 houses. Look what happened when you do. Now you got to sell 25 for April. So she comes to me the other day and she's like, yeah, we feel like you're lacking and you're not doing your job as efficient as you should. And I'm like, well, I only learned half the shit. For half the month, you were freaking out because you thought you weren't going to get your numbers. What the